Hello Blender folks, welcome and welcome back to Gnomes. Today we're gonna do a lot of grease pencil, all the corrections for this updates for the grease pencil model sheet of this character Dorothy. There's a lot of proportions also that we're gonna fix reusing the also some red head 3D head reference, face reference that we're gonna already apply if needed to the model sheets for the top view. So it's like a reverse engineering thing, and you get start to go back and forth like that, and then you can have something that is more approximate to the model sheet. So currently what I have is that I have modified the mesh with some proportions. Yesterday a lot of problem with the legs, that was bad for rigging. So terrible for the character design, because rigging is also character design in some sense. So basically, because you need to, okay, let's get started. The best soundtrack ever. Now this is the White Bat synthwave, and this soundtrack, this particular one I like the most. It's called polymath. Polymath, you know, is the term for ancient or not so ancient modern scientist, artist, Leonardo da Vinci, all those guys that studied, did art, did everything. They were like integrated. They learned to do a lot of stuff, and for many of these polymaths, art was the center of attention, sometimes science, but doesn't matter, they were polymaths. And Alexander von Humboldt, Leonardo da Vinci, who else? Many polymaths. Okay, so anyways, and Blender has everything to do with polymath, because in some way it blends everything all together. So okay, so we're gonna first address one big issue here. Not big issue, but very tricky thing sometimes. At least for me, it's very annoying. I always get confused about that. So you see that, okay, I have actually two model sheets. One that I bring from another, yeah, you see already I have some problem with the keyframing, right? So I need to, yeah, so from another character design, right? That this model sheet was based on this one, but then I've made good adaptations there that I reversed to this one, the 3D model, and then after I started modeling this character, and then now I need to revamp the model sheet of Dorothy, which remained sort of old, right? So these iterations are important when procuring the best approximations, right? It will never be perfect, right? It's stupid to say that in but yeah, something more polished, right? That satisfied everything in one fulminant way. All right, so here we are. See, I'd like to hide this thing. Okay, good. So you see what seems to be happening here is that we have no, this is an annotation issue. I think the annotation is not relevant, so I'm just gonna the annotation don't have any. Oops, this is dangerous. This is this is the summary. I can't delete this. This will destroy my progress. So this actually, I just want to try to push the annotation. Apparently it doesn't snap back. I'm using the F shortcut to some sort of snapper. Snap to, I don't see the shortcut here, but snap, yeah, snap selection to current frame. Yeah, so I select this, but it's not working for this thing, so unfortunately I just want the negative, so I'm sure that those are not. So okay, this is better. We could place it in the beginning, but I don't like it because I want to make as sure as possible. You see, these are not for grease pencil animation, so it's just model sheet. So placing them one frame behind the beginning of the thing tells me that, okay, these are grease pencil things. This is not for, it's like keyframing a bone stuff like that, right? So maybe other things that I could do here to make sure this no, just thought about this. Maybe we can call this like make these keyframes different, right? So that at least they have some, I don't know what is this generated, but that doesn't matter, it's just visual. I don't know why this one is not changed, but here, yeah, maybe there is some functionality to this, but for this is not for animation, don't care. So far I know, I understand this don't do anything. So this is one of the model sheets, so it's all here. There's just one keyframe here, although we, yeah, 0, 1, 2, right? So it's the 0, and if I shift left, we go here. And also let's fix now this these keyframes for the appended extra core model sheet. So for some reason stuff are appearing here, but they are not appearing here. So instead, I see why is because, okay, first we unlock those things and we're gonna bring them. Let's unlock this one also. Yes, this is the, okay, the data has a wrong name here, so let's just so we don't get more confused about this. Yeah, they have the same names, it's annoying also, but okay, so this is core, the other one is not showing, right? So we'll deal with that later. And for some reason, why, okay, so I'm using an option here that is the auto lock in active layer, so probably I need to take this off, and I'm not sure why some layers are not showing here. Maybe because they are empty. Yeah, possibly they are empty. They don't have drawings, so they don't have strokes, they don't have keyframes. So blank keyframe doesn't count for keyframing, right, for Grease Pencil? Maybe, but maybe I never retouched them. So let's isolate this one and see what we have here. Well, we have nothing because we need to bring it here, right? So let's see what we have here. This is the, we also need to check a double side here. So here we got a side costume, a front costume, so we don't need the costume, so we can ignore this. We have a side here and front here. Where's the front here? The front here seems to, okay, maybe I lost the front here. I deleted accidentally. I say it's very dangerous. You can delete the keyframe and then you lose the, right? You lose the stroke, so it's empty. But this is not a problem because this is the second. This is appended, so it's stuff that I don't need. It's not a linked stuff. It doesn't really. I can totally delete this stuff that I don't need here. Delete this channel. So we just want the body, and unfortunately it looks like that I've deleted also in these manipulations so we'll have to reappend these things, or maybe I just gonna reload here maybe before I make this disruption. So let's see here. Yeah, the character looks like this because there's a lot of shading destruction there, so she looks like she's naked, but exactly it's not the case. She is just some texture that has got corrupted. So here, let's go back here and let's check for, okay, so see that we have keyframe here. So here we're gonna again isolate this, yeah, we can hide stuff here that we're not gonna immediately need. We're gonna look for this one, and here is the, yeah, so now we see this is the character design. So I just need the body. This is a notation that I don't need anymore, so let's try to find it and view annotations. Yeah, we're gonna delete this one. I don't remember what this is annotation about. It's probably, if it's not something for the face, it is useless. And this is locked, right? So yeah, so it start to get confusing, right? But yeah, so we're gonna go back to 0. I'm gonna snap everything that we can snap to. Okay, let's hide the annotation. Don't care about the annotations. But this is annoying. Yeah, let's maybe we need to place the annotations here so it's stop. Yeah, so I'm contradicting myself, but yeah, the annotation, if we have plus the grease pencil, so let's leave the grease pencil just as keyframe one. Screw that idea. It's it's always complicated anyway. So here we got to delete some stuff here. Yeah, we're gonna delete the hair. We're gonna delete this costume. We're gonna just keep these side ones. And now we're going to, so we get this one. So we're gonna work with these ones already, so they won't be locked. We let's move this. I hate when this happens. Let's create an extension for this and join up, so it's unsnapped from this rigging thing here, just to see the parent of a bone with not rigging now right now. So we're gonna get this thing here, Dorothy. Okay, so for Dorothy there are a lot of things here that we need to address. So I said more collection, so less cleanup stuff. We can work on that. Let's see what we get here. So now I'm not gonna delete anything, right? I'm gonna save here. Let's see what we have. So there's a sketch thing. Okay, this sketch is, we can have many of them, so we can add this to a folder, right? So sketches, like we can have many of them. So okay, so this is good because I can draw the loosely, sort of respect, try to see how a spontaneous drawing, although on a Wacom table, on a digital graphic palette, will look, not in paper, will look according to the grid. So it's a bit a mix between a model sheet and from these orthographic views, which are horrible to draw usually. Organic characters in my experience. So here we got this calculator here, but this is a very old process. You see, I was trying to at some point to realize which were the exact thing. These are actually halves of halves of halves. This is why these things are so, because sometimes this provide better reference for the character design, this kind of proportion. So you have one head, the half is here, the half is here, but then the half of the half is in the middle, then the half of the half is somewhere that doesn't seem to be any accurate to this generic basic grid, although we could use other grid setup, but it's just one, so it's confusing. We don't yeah, there's if we start to mess up with this, we can't have multiple of those grids. So one strategy could be to actually bring a grid from another software. So maybe this is the best approach, because then you can make a grid that maybe respects some big squares here, but which are in meters, but at the same time they bring these halves that we won't see here. So maybe I keep this. The problem is that this is very, the method that I use, this is very dirty, I think. Not even sure what these things are. So I think I'm gonna just, there are many ways to make these guides, right? Currently it's locked. Yeah, they are very, why it's just two lines. So one way to do one for front and side is to make a diagonal one. So like this thing, you see there's many materials on that, or this was not materials, I don't know. This has a lot of, also the grease pencil experts, they use materials here. What's the name of this? No, it's a properties editor. Shift F9, no, Shift F7, and then they go for material tab, and then you see, then they control the materials here and the layers here. So I have excessive materials here. I probably have some color stuff. So yeah, we're gonna clean up this mess here. So we're gonna junk these Dorothy guides. except that there's a head here, but no head here. Okay, so we don't need this. It's really not necessary. This will be useful, so we lock this for now, although you can hide. Then you have these guides, yeah, these side guides, right? Yeah, I tried to get some references here, so but also this is also not yeah, so I have better technique now. So cloth, front and fore and side view and front view. Okay, so this was a costume, the space agent costume. Of course you'll have to readapt this this to the proportions when you get, so this can be, yeah, this is hidden, but we're gonna unlock just for now because we gonna manipulate these things again, right? So you're gonna bring, you see they are far behind. We're gonna isolate this model sheet. We're gonna bring all these to here. Now there are some locked ones. Okay, let's bring everything here, and there we go. So now they are all aligned for this. We could do that. Yeah, no, what? Yeah, just the annotation. The annotation, for some reason, it doesn't follow the feature. So what I could still do is just, oops, no, hold on. Oh, I see what's it. This is not the annotation, folks. This is because there are still some keyframes here that are, oh yeah, this one, we need to change this. All right, so we're gonna do here. So maybe it is not about the annotations, just that we need to pick this one and make sure that we yeah, so okay, everything now is aligned. So the problem is that there are some layers which are locked in multiple ones, and then I thought this was the annotation because of the summary. And where is the annotation, by the way? Look, no, they are here. Okay, for some reason they are not showing here. Interesting. Maybe because I've deleted the annotations. They still exist though. Yeah, I think they deleted it. So anyways, we can junk that. It's not really no real annotation that matters. Something about the eye, but I'll have to rework on that. It's no problem. So here we go to Dorothy. Okay, we could actually, instead of being manipulating two grease pencil objects, we could probably bring them into the Dorothy. How we do this? I think there's something about moving. Let's say I'm saving M, no, edit source, no, maybe I get this stuff. Do they have the same origin, first of all? Yes, they do have the, yes, so we can probably do this. Let's see, edit mode, select and hide all, select all, move to, no. So of course I could probably then join them. Let's try this, join these things. Let's see what happens. Okay, they are here. Good, excellent. So this is what we need to uncluster this thing. So now what we can work with this, I need to make some cleanup. So as I clean up, I'm gonna clean up the materials. So I already got rid of, because this is kind of old. So when I made this thing, I probably even was still using a technique with color attribute, which you can't change the color. The material is better in many ways. Yeah, so let's finally, so this is okay. So we're gonna lock, now that is organized, we're gonna lock the clothes, lock the sketch, lock the, okay, no, not the, so let's check these bodies. The head top we're gonna address later, so for now we lock. This is something can check, but it doesn't matter. It's an extra attempt. We can do something about this later. Even 1/4, 3/4, negative quarter to back view, right? Back 3/4, something like that. Okay, so we see that with these colors we'll never get this thing good enough, right? So we need to auto lock in the inactive layers. Okay, so we're gonna need to change these materials here to start with. I need something. Yeah, let's make a brand new material, fresh, because just to be sure. So new material, we're gonna use maybe something like this, right? And we're gonna assign to. Okay, so this was good, right? So we have this. We're gonna also rename this. So this is grease pencil. What color is that? Some sort of green, yeah, some light green, something like this. Yeah, this could be body front, right? So this is already sort of cleaned up, right? We can also assess some variations, right? Because we see the other one behind. It's of Dorothy. We can make some comparisons here and see what looks better, right? This is also an incorrect leg, actually, right? Because the correct one now is that we can use the mesh without the costume here. And I made up my mind. I believe I'm gonna restretch the mesh to make the fit look here, because yeah, but this time I'll do this correctly by not correct. We'll do this. Yeah, we'll do it the correct way. We're gonna make so that we're gonna calculate the correct proportion so that the shin won't bend crazily, right? We need the side view to fix that. And by making it in the middle term, this should be good, right? So to solve this particular character design here, with yeah, we could just start editing this with the proportional editing, right? Let's use the mouse here. It's better for this kind of. We're gonna place the base of the foot here. And I already made a few mistakes here. Okay, so probably need to leverage this a little more. The knee will not match here. I think just about here. We're looking at the. Yeah, so don't get confused. We're ignoring the. What I'm doing here is the following. I'm ignoring this. I'm just comparing with the mesh. So it's the other appended grease pencil reference, which was shortened, but still taller than how Dorothy was in the mesh before. In the mesh and in the model sheet. Look at that. So she was that tall, yeah. And the legs, yeah, super big legs. And then, so I don't need this, so I'm gonna, yeah, I push this back, and now because I made the shin longer, I need to compensate a little, so it's like I'm gonna place the knee about here. And because we're making these things, it is also likely that I'll have to something that we're gonna push down, drag down a little, also the crotch and the hips, and so she'll have a slightly more elongated torso, which I think will be good. I was a little concerned that the torso was getting a bit disrupted. And then here we can make some adjustments in the grease pencil. Maybe I don't need to, I don't need to clean up this time. So it's more about we have a better, and this I did for trying to figuring out, oh, this will need to, this is good thing. Okay, so here we're entering here a new domain, which is that we are trying to match these shapes here. This could be a sharper corner, right? But that's fine. And here it's like this is one of these. This is a mapper for the puff cheeks or the cheeks, right? For here it's not very good, right? We'll need to probably need to expand this. Redrawing this will be better, right? But we can see where we can figure out this. The other character design wasn't that was more roundish, and this one is sharper, so probably we'll have to. We see that the mouth positioning for Dorothy is lower, so we're gonna probably this was a not a mistake but a choice on the other character design. So it works on the model for the face of the character, so I'm making these adjustments here. This is the lower lip, I think. It has a little more. We don't see here because it has a lips anatomic shape key that is not active. We don't care. Here the upper cheek, it's an important feature. Here we see that all this is bad actually, because all this correspond not to let's try to find the other. Let's find the other and check here something. Can we apply this same material here, so then I can bring some of this data to there? Yeah. Can I apply this? It doesn't seem to have really changed. Yeah, they look like different colors, so I think that other was color attribute, right? We don't need this here, but we could reuse this later for the hair. Alright, so in this case what we're gonna do is that we're gonna, because I'm not sure, I'm gonna clean up this eye reference here. Okay, we see. Alright. Okay, we're gonna delete this. We're gonna use the drawing mode, right? And we're gonna try to, by using this, we're gonna try to, we're gonna make some shapes here. Yeah, this it's more like a sketchy thing, doesn't the orbicularis oculi, and then we need to find the eye hole. Okay, it is here. Here is this circular thing. The eyelash, I think, is in front, so I don't see very well. I'll try to do my own drawing here. But yeah, I had this reference, that should be okay. I have here the eyelash, alright. And we'll have something like that, yeah. This could be a little subtle because these lines, they are supposed to be more less aggressive. We're missing some okay, this we just swapped the target there. Here I'm just gonna leave this here, so let's make some more lines here. Here is a problem with the rig, so we can avoid this by just getting to the mesh. Let's disable the yeah, the eyes are closed, right? Yeah, we still see the okay. Let's go back to the grease pencil. Control tab 8. Let's make sure we are in the right. Yeah, we're using this one, so this is the new gonna call it Dorothy body front. I think I want this more like here. Alright, so maybe we'll have to displace this. More inside here. This part, yeah, it's not very clean, okay, but that is maybe here we little more volume here on the side. This is very messed up, right? Let's try to clean this up. Too much rough stuff, right? Let's yeah, so there's this line here. Then we have, yeah, you can say something like that. Okay, anyways. And then we can try to, this will not appear, right, of course, but it's just the structural, right, stuff that I started to do for this model sheets. It helps understanding certain, yeah, maybe this thing a little more up. It can help figuring out how to make the mesh topology and stuff like that. Yeah. Here we have a lot of this is annoying. We need to find the correct eraser. Let's save already. Organic, I think this size is in this one, right? This is why I'll need to make a cleanup of all these strokes one day. But here is not necessary. The sketchy thing works very well already for me. I think this is a bit incorrect here. Here would have some... I usually don't draw this one, but it does have in the 3D language, right? The eyelashes for... Yeah, even in and out in the bottom and here, so... The lid crease won't appear because in the drawing, but yeah, this is annoying. So we'll have to handle this on the directly on the model. Here we see some structures that we'll have to reconsider. I always get a problem with this line shape here. I always make this an impossible thing. I don't remember why I do this one. It was there, but maybe it's just yeah, it doesn't not make too much sense for me right now. Okay, anything else we could do for the structure? No, not too much here. I think for the face it's done, at least the front view, because there's the side view as well. Okay, we see that the arms here are... This is a bit... extrapolated, but it's the unsubdivided yet, so we need to maybe push this a bit forward. Yeah, here we see that maybe the hand, it's it could be... Let's see if we draw a line here. Yeah, we need to push the mesh a little up, probably. Here, very important. We might have to... Yeah, these are a lot of strokes here, so this could be made better, but this is more, I consider that more cleanup. It is working. It's okay. You see, I try to fix it, get worse. So now this part that I already addressed. Yeah, let's say the maximum range of the knee, alright? Some structural part here for this bone, and for the 2 squares here, 1, 2, so 4. Here start to look at some, the ankle in the middle of the 4th, yeah, about that. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, about here actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, exactly. About here we get the silhouette of an ankle, and then the other one should be a bit lower, like here. Yeah, here we got some incorrect so actually the division for the foot would be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about the 6, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 here. No, this is too much. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, at the top of the 6. So it's exactly there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on top of the 6. So this is where the foot starts to bend, more or less the joint of the ankle, though the ankle is like all this stuff, right? Yeah, maybe you could lower this, but we're gonna create an interrogation lines here. Very subtle, but this is the mapping. Now we got yes, pretty much. Oh, there's still these ears, right? This is easy fixable. Okay, that should work. Ah, this is some, yeah, we have the markers here. Yeah, the neck go much upper than that, right? So it's actually not in the back, right? So this could be a little confusing. What about the breast? Is this still correct? There seem to have been a little displacement towards the sides. Yes, possibly. Yeah, because I'm using, let's compare. Yes. So it we have to maybe make some. Okay, so here is you're respecting more the old and the mesh. The torso didn't change too much, so here we have some structures that don't really matter too much. The navel. Okay, the navel is down to here. Okay, we're gonna try to get this reference here. This seems to be okay. We're gonna use the model here. Although the crotch could be lowered according to the change that I've made. Yeah, probably we need to gonna give it one. These guides could be done elsewhere, but this is okay. If I do this very subtle, it won't interfere. This brush is always a big trouble. Yeah, the other brushes are here. Okay, now it is, because you can't control the radius of the brush with the auto brush, so it's very annoying. Alright, let's accept this condition here, and good. And now we have to fix this stuff for the, let's see those structures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Too high. Oh yeah, the fit too high. This is an interesting reference. 4 square wide. It's not what I'm getting here. Oh, no. 2 squares wide. What I'm talking about. This is correct. Okay, this is actually a good assessment. Let's yeah, it gets symmetrized. Okay, so now we need to, we can place this data in different layer after. So now we're gonna bring, of course, this, and now we need to address the side. So the side here, we're gonna bring it to a new material. We're gonna duplicate gonna change this to, I don't know, maybe this color here, and we're gonna immediately assign here. What's going on? What is... What the hell is this? Was I disrupting the body front? No, this is all right. So why we get this madness on the side view? Well, I don't care what this is. I'm just going to SY0. Ah, they are snapping. Onto the face of the character, maybe? Surface. Oh, okay. It was snappy on the 3D character. Okay. We've repositioned them. Okay, now we need this one visible, but we need to address this thing, and for some reason it doesn't seem to be getting the proper color. No, it is changing. Okay, so we're gonna get this color here to... Okay, this is correct. Yeah, we lost this. Let's do it again. I've already asked them to fix this in a request, but no one understands apparently the problems of model sheeting directly in the 3D space of Blender. Alright folks, so we're gonna hold on, let's check the chat. Oh, the chat, yeah, sorry. Pixel, welcome back. Sorry, I wasn't looking at the chat. You have bad stream delay, I see. Oh, hey, finally got to see a stream. Welcome, Chocomel, welcome. Yeah, sorry folks for the delay here. I wasn't looking at the chat. Let's see the delay thing. Thanks for mentioning. Let's see the delay. Yeah, I'm not aware of what I can do here to change this thing. It's not allowing me to change latency here. Sorry, folks. Yeah, I'll continue streaming, but I'll be aware something is wrong. Alright, so here we're gonna get... My chat is bugged? No, I forgot to snap it. Yeah, that's my mistake. Sometimes it can happen. Alright. So now we got to get this side view comparison to this one. So again, but before, let's... Yeah, I don't want to disrupt the... Okay, let's disrupt this anyways. Let's just check if this model sheet is... Is there anything that we can... Okay, there's nothing here you can delete, I guess. So let's assume it's correct. Then we got now the side view, where we need to one, two, three. Something didn't work. Fine, now it's good. Let's bring the mesh, the body mesh. Let's bring, yeah, let's use the this X-ray also here. Not good for the grease pencil, right? Unfortunately. Okay, so we need this to work on this one, unlocked, and then we need to look at this one. First, let's look at the... Let's compare like here. Now I need this one visible as well. So if you compare these two, the shape of the profile is quite different. Yeah, of course, it's a... We need to address this. Oh, I see, I forgot a little detail here to paint this area. Okay. I see where we need to push the crotch a bit lower, just I did here in the front, right? Here's a bit too much, but this card has the leg, had the leg too much. This model shit actually. Let's see the bottom part. Okay, now I'm lost, and you see that the squares are not matching again for some reason. Ah, yeah. So that is... Need to count how much you do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. All that? Yeah, all that. That's it. So... interesting aspects here for the knee. And this is the super elongated shin that caused trouble. It goes far above the buttocks, not too much, but yeah, sufficient to be very problematic. Just assessing the general overall shapes here. Okay. Let's start to work on this one. Okay, here we're gonna ignore what we have here. We're gonna this is also confusing me. I'm gonna do it roughly because we just need to generic adjustments here, so it will be will not be the final retake of this, but just enough so this here could be a problem. The way that the leg seems to go here, we want something more straight. At this point, let's see what the body is doing, right? Okay. About this line, right? Of course, we'll need to expand the feet, but in the match, but this we're gonna address later. Yeah, expand the And now we're gonna make the test, right? Not to fail miserably as other times. So you have some sort of the end of the knee as a reference point for this thing. Yes, so about here, somewhat like this. Yeah, so this is where the shin bends, so with the foot, the plant of the foot, it won't do any crazy thing. That looks good enough to me. So this is an accurate one. We can also address these curvatures here. Yeah, it's like this is going back a little too much. Let's try to match this reference here. This seems to be a bit too high according to my, yeah. And that would create, that highness will certainly cause some stretching of the feet in terms of height and volume, and then that would end up causing problems with the except this one is for the exterior, so it's a bit lower. Yeah, so actually this can be confusing. This is the lower one, so I'm gonna place it here. And maybe the other one we place it there. Yeah, so just a ghost thing though. Seems too long, but I think this matches the foot. Yeah, it is matching the foot. Now let's do something here, some readjustments in this part. Yeah, so here we're gonna redraw some stuff. And here we can use the body reference. A little, because then we can reshape a little the mesh, but this will be yeah, the nipple, which is an anatomical reference. That is very important. Or sounds accurate. There's might be that we have some problem with the neck. I see something weird here. Yeah. It's like we see that something about the neck from this side view is too elongated. This thing is well in this height. But something about... Yeah, the neck is particularly complicated in this character. I'm probably doing something wrong. But let's try to get this a bit smoother. Oh yeah, it's just this face also, it's a bit incorrect, most likely. Okay, so here we got some... So the navel is here. Then the crotch. Is here. We could have some structure for here, but I can't think of anything right now that is I've pushed this thing forward. Right, the belly, something like that, right? Then yes, this seems good. Okay, we want also this. We already have. Sternocleidomastoid, right? Now I need to address this thing about the first I'm gonna fix a little thing I've missed. Oh no, wait, this is actually not like that. Is that this character barely doesn't have it. Yeah, it doesn't matter too much. Here you have probably better to follow the side, because from the head the old one was probably accurate enough. Though this can be quite confusing at this point. I have 3 models, yeah, 2 drawings and one mesh. Here's more organic, looks like more the character design, and here's more simplified. So maybe I can try the following. I'm gonna get this. And move to, yeah, I'm gonna paint this as this. I'm gonna move to body side. That can't be locked. There we go. So they are now stacking, which is bad, but at least this one I think I can already delete. So now we go back to this one. And we're gonna try to do something with this very difficult. Yeah, the eyes being closed will make it a little more difficult. Here we have some good lines. Maybe we can try to this again is not helping. I think it's this one, Eraser Soft. Yeah, it's the second one, Eraser Soft. Alright. Why is this? Don't remember, doesn't matter. Yeah, I was trying to calculate certain distance, but now this is not useful anymore. Also because I don't clearly understand what I was doing there. Yeah, probably this line in the neck should continue straight, so there's something in the mesh that we can readdress. This goes like here, so I'm gonna try to... So there's actually two lines here. One is straight. Can be set more straight and it will meet the jaw, and the other one, okay, sternocleidomastoid. Let's redo here. Okay, so the jaw line towards the ear, then here we got, oops, wrong control. We got then this, yeah, maybe the jawline, we need to bring it a little more here, and then maybe I'll have to push this. So here, this thing is the point there, most likely. No, it is lower. Interesting. Okay, so whatever. Somewhere like here. It's very important, but see, it's confusing enough right now. We have the model, and the model was, for the face, was quite well polished for the 3D adaptation. This is why I can pretty much trust here more to some extent, certain elements, at least, of the face than... Not the ear, though. Yeah, the contour of the ear, yes, maybe not too much. Some stuff got deformed, right, very badly. Not deformed, or changed geometry very badly. This now is the cheek, yeah, so here, good thing that we can try to make this circular stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna make this whole thing here. Here I think we need to bring this up, yeah. Here we'll need to compare these features. Yeah, maximum height, something like this, yeah. So this is more or less matching, we can do this. Yeah, better if we could just... do this, right? So you need a diagonal grid. Gonna do that in a moment. Yeah, so here probably I would like to fix in the mesh geometry later. Here I'm okay with what we have here. Let's destroy this stuff. Now we see the eyebrow proposition. Looks like we have little space here for the, yeah, something a bit wrong here. Yeah, this area is actually, this is actually incorrect. Not what I meant. Let's erase this thing. Although it can make sense, but this is not helping. It's actually just confusing. Yeah, I'm writing with the... We're gonna override this material later. Substitute, right? Yeah, I'm not sure this looks good, but that's that should work, yeah. This one, maybe we could push this a little higher. And yeah, something like this, right? Okay, I see what's we're doing. We've done many things wrong here. Move to side. All right. Since we're here, front assign, side assign. There we go. Now what we could address here, now that this thing seems to have been properly adjusted, we can attempt some extras which are for the top view. So for example, this is a 3/4, which is, maybe I've used it. There's a 7-step. There's the 1, 2, 3, 4. So this 5, 6, 7. No, yeah, 4 is the middle. So So this, if we really know what would be exact 3/4 in the character design, like perspectively accurate, then, which is very tough because right, it's stylized, so you can get some pretty much approximation, and then we, from the 3D reference that we model, actually we build the 3/4, right? Then we, like, so if your front view, your side view, your top view are okay, then it's we can sort of, yeah, draw some apparent 3/4 or the closer, and compare with what would be the 3/4 of the model in the but I'm not gonna call this 3/4. I'm gonna call this this is more like just in assessment, right? It's just more for play, so it's like face, I'll call it 4/7. Positive because we could do this for the back, right? True, but usually this is more interesting. So you see, 1, 2, 3, 4. We almost get something good enough here, right? The stylization also. So this is just for, yeah, we could also have use other stuff as a reference. Where the skull goes, we wouldn't see it here. So this is like we can bring this like as it's not, yeah, we could use it to sketch for now. It's not the most relevant thing. However, what we need now is to address the well, why not make no, let's not confuse sketch plus okay, with the body for the costume, we could sort of try to make them match, right? So we don't need the body now, nor these creepy things. We need this, the body, grease pencil, and this I don't like too much the shape here. But yeah, important is to know the position of the opening, mouth opening, and the angle, which currently doesn't look very good here. It I have to readdress, but this is what I saw, right? So something less maybe. Okay. We need to, what is this? Like in this character, this should be higher maybe, but this will be the cheekbone, right? Anything else to adjust? Straighten the neck a little more here, maybe. Okay, let's look for the plots now. Front view. This needs, yeah, this can use the same color. So I'm gonna make a different material for this. So I'm gonna get here costume. Assign, all right, and then didn't seem to have assigned anything. Okay, so looks like these ones are, they were, how do you say it? Unfortunately, they doesn't seem to be able to be converted. They are color attribute. Yeah, kind of cool, the drawing, but we're gonna have to unmake that. Yeah. So first we have this costume here, so but it was in Retakes. We can at least use some of the references here. So yeah, we're gonna make like a costume 01 front using this one. Yeah, so we're gonna just this could be a collection, at least for the costumes, right? This could be a better design indeed. Doesn't seem to be using the correct color also. But whatever it is. Wait, what do you have here? Yeah, so this is not important. And apparently we have some, yeah, different proportions here, right? This now is too high. I can see it here. Not sure why this is so high. Yeah, I've changed the model sheet, the character. Probably should be somewhere like here. It's a bit too big in the model, so probably better if we simplify. Yeah, and here for the character design of this, it will be a problem because I would have drawn not the deformed stuff for rigging, right? So here we get a problem that for the model sheet there's a little I can do. So it's like it's a big thing not to draw here, right? Here we'll need to do this according to the other elements. Alright, then for the side view, we usually don't want to draw in the same, because it's very easy to then have a destruction of the grease pencil. If you're gonna erase, you end up erasing the grease pencil because it's in the same layer.